Hi, and good day to you. Welcome back to another episode of Future Steps Creative with me, Marlon Macpherson from marlonmacpherson.com. This podcast is all about online business strategies to help you build your brand, build your online business. I'll share my journey with you so you can kind of bypass the things that I'm figuring out and not having to go through the process of making the same mistakes that I've made or having to figure stuff out on your own. So I haven't recorded an episode for a while, for a few weeks now, due to the current situation. Today's Easter Monday. Happy Easter if you're celebrating Easter. Monday the 13th of April 2020. And obviously the whole world is going through this pandemic with coronavirus, and it's actually disrupted, as is the case with everyone else. It's disrupted my life as well. And that's one of the reasons I haven't been able to put out any episodes of the podcast. And I decided today is the day that I'm actually going to record something, because I felt inspired and I feel like I'm trying to get things back on track. I've been taking time. Obviously, I've had to stay in. I've been taking time to kind of re-strategize and figure out how I'm going to take things forward. I've had to be looking after my family, looking after myself, and so on. So it is very difficult for a lot of people right now. But at the same time, I want to do this episode. This is off the cuff, by the way. I haven't really prepared much of an agenda for this episode. But it is not the end of everything. It's the beginning of something else, if you look at it differently. Because at the end of this, things will have to carry on. I mean, throughout this, things has to carry on. And as business people, as marketers, as entrepreneurs, we have to kind of plan ahead and still keep things going. And for me personally, I've actually lost an income. I was doing a part-time job, which is what was helping me throughout the time that I've been building my online business. And that was really important for me to obviously use to cover certain expenses and bills whilst I try to grow my online business in a responsible way, meaning that I have income coming in otherwise, so I'm not totally reliant on the online business. And because of the whole thing, because the part-time job I was doing was a driving job, so as a result I can't be outside to do it, I've had to lose that income. So the whole thing that I've had to do now is to figure out how I can keep making money from home. And it's a really unique position to be in if you are running an online business, because if you are doing a traditional job, you don't have these opportunities to be able to necessarily work from home. And a lot of people just rely on their primary job, or as well, they only have a job which is a traditional job where they have to go into a workplace and commute, and the job can only be carried out at the location. And it's really tricky. At least in the case of London right now, we're able to, according to the government, we're able to still go to work if you can't work from home. But at the same time, they're saying stay home and protect the NHS, which is the National Health Service. If you're not from here, you wouldn't know that necessarily, because they would get overwhelmed if more and more people go out and start getting ill with this virus, right? So without talking too much about the virus itself, I want to talk about how we can kind of overcome this and still get through it, and not have to close our businesses down and run out of income. And I'm talking to people who are in a similar position to me, who are independent, trying to run an online business, entrepreneurial people who are freelancers, that kind of thing. So one of the things that I'm going to say, I've said this in the past, but we have to diversify, and we have to figure out how we can actually make multiple streams of income and make money in different ways, so that if one thing fails, another thing is there to kind of pick up the slack. And I've been in a unique position where like I said, I've been working part-time, doing another job, but at the same time, I've got my online business where I offer products, digital products, and I offer services. So I've been able to get some client service, some client work going, whilst over the last couple of weeks, I've been still working on stuff. It's been keeping me busy, and it's had money coming in, luckily for me. I also have a little bit of savings at the same time, which means that I don't have to necessarily get completely desperate to the point where I feel like, you know what, I can't buy food, I can't do certain things. But after a while, even if you have savings, your money can run out. So you still need to have income coming in. So what I'm going to say is that if you're already up and running with an online business, keep marketing, keep doing what you're doing to bring awareness, because the economy, even though things have almost come to a halt, it's slowed down significantly, the society still has to run, and people that are running other businesses, they need services just the same. So if you have something that you don't necessarily have to physically go out there and offer, that you can, stay home and offer that as a service, carry on doing it. And even if you only have products that you sell, I would, if I were you, start brainstorming around what services, how I can turn my product into a service, or how I can how I can add some kind of complementary or secondary service, or second option, which is a service, to my product lineup, so that I can still do that from home and people can still consume what I have to offer. If you're in the space where you're an educator or instructor or anything like that, it is really important for you to be able to deliver some sort of remote service. That's one of the easiest ways. That's one of the easiest types of, I guess, businesses that you can turn whatever you normally have to physically go out there and do into a remote service. For example, if you are, I don't know, a personal trainer, which is a very typical example, and you see lots of trainers doing that, which is a very relevant example, I should say. Personal trainers have not been able to go and train the people, their clients, right? So what a lot of people have been doing is they're using video conferencing, so Skype, Zoom, or whatever you use to communicate via video, where you can actually deliver classes that way. If you're a teacher, if you're a tutor of some sort, you can do that. And you can do it even without having a website, because if you already have your clients, all you got to do is reach out to the clients. They can, transfer money to your bank, so you can get paid that way. And you just set up a schedule with them and you deliver that one-on-one training with them. And people need that sort of thing right now, because they're having to stay in. Kids are at home. Everyone's got to be at home unless you're an essential worker. So I'm going to say remain flexible, be able to adapt and see what's happening, and make use of the opportunities that still are there to actually deliver a service or a product and still have an income coming in. And it ties into the fact, I had that written down, it ties into the fact that I said that you can start looking at how you can change your product into a service, or at least add a service to it. Keep marketing. I'm going to say that. Keep doing the channels, keep doing the organic channels. And if you do some other form of marketing online, keep using those channels and monitor things. Because people are now actually online more than ever, because they have to. They don't have a choice. Everything is being consumed online now, or through the traditional media. But in terms of communications, lots of technophobes. It's really funny, because lots of people would say, you know what, I'm not going to actually use any of these technologies, and they brush it off as, I don't want to communicate that way type of thing. But now they're being forced in a way to learn how to use these things. Before, they wouldn't have given it a chance, like using, for example, Zoom or Skype. Lots of people were using WhatsApp before, but more and more people are probably using that now to communicate. And I think this is the way that things are going to go in the future, because it takes a pandemic like this to really show you that if you're overly reliant on any one thing and you're not willing to change and adapt, you're probably going to be left behind. Lots of people their businesses are going to fail. They're going to probably run out of money personally as well, probably have to go into debt, more debt and bankruptcies, things like that. It's not a pretty situation, but there's a silver lining on the other side. You can always try and bring your business online. And if this isn't something that you considered before, I would encourage you to consider that going forward, because it shouldn't really take something like this to really see the opportunities. But unfortunately for some people, because they can't operate like they used to. Now they're having to seek out how they can bring their business online. As usual, if you've got any questions or anything, you can reach out to me, info@marlonmcpherson.com, or you can head on over to the website, marlonmcpherson.com, and use the contact form, and I will try and answer any questions you have. Also, I am about to launch, actually it's live at the minute, my membership website officially, which is futurestepsacademy.com. And I'll be offering free membership. And in the future, I'll also be having a premium membership as well, where you can get access to me. We'll be doing like a group sort of coaching Q&A session type thing. I'll be doing special training sessions and special training videos, and lots of free resources will be in the membership, as well as premium resources that you'll get as part of the premium membership as well, such as design templates for social media, website landing page designs for WordPress and for Divi, and lots of things that I use in my arsenal for my online business. I'll be sharing the knowledge about that and offering training on those things, as well as templates, so you don't have to go through and try and figure all of these things out yourself. So that's all I've got in this episode. Hopefully, with me recording this episode now, it will put me back in the mood of recording the podcast. It's supposed to be a weekly thing, but unfortunately, with all that's happening and me being busy, I just got to do it when I can. And it's better to put out episodes when I can rather than not at all. So do forgive me if I miss some episodes and so on, or some weeks. But hey, it is what it is. You got to carry on. Thank you for listening. Appreciate your time. Take care. Peace out.